English 9th, Week 4. Today we are going to continue our unit number 2, that is patriotism. First of all, I am going to explain modal verbs with its definition and examples. Modal verbs combine with other verbs to form compound verbs. Basically, modal verbs, they help other verbs in a sentence. For example, can you swim? You should brush your teeth twice a day. He might come to the birthday party. In the given examples, the colored words can, might, should are modal verbs which have been combined with other verbs in the sentence, which are swim, brush, come, to show ability, obligation, and probability. Now, modal verbs and their functions. Modal verbs are used to express functions such as permission, ability, obligation, possibility, certainty, probability, and past habit. Now let's see the modal verbs and their functions through examples. First of all, ability. The modal verbs used in it are can, could. David can speak 3 languages. He could speak fluent French when he was 5. Now, David's ability to speak languages such as French is shown in these examples. Permission. Can, could, may are the modal verbs used in it. Examples: can I sit in that chair, please? Could I open the window? May I borrow your dictionary? Now the permission is shown in these examples. Advice or probability. Should. You should visit your dentist at least twice a year. You should try to lose weight. Obligation. For obligation, we have modal verbs must, have to. I must memorize all of these rules about tenses. You have to take off your shoes before you get into the masjid. Now the possibility. Might, may, could, or can. It looks nice, but it might be very expensive. Richard may be coming to see us tomorrow. Now in these sentences, possibility of certain things have been shown. Further explanation of these modal verbs. Some modal verbs can be used in different ways. Those modal verbs are can and would. For can, it is used in ability as well as permission. Ben can speak French. Here, its ability to speak French has been shown. Now for permission, you can use my marker. Now the modal verb would. First, Dad said he would buy me new shoes. Now it's a probability. Then, when my cousins lived in Colorado, we would visit them every winter. Again, a probability is shown. If I had enough money, I would buy a drum set. Now this is the picture from your book. It's page number 18. Here, the definition of modal verbs along with its function has been given. You can go through it from your book. I hope you have understood modal verbs. Now comes essay writing. First of all, I am going to again repeat the format to write an essay. As I have explained in my previous videos, that essay consists of 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. First of all, introduction. I will explain it in a much comprehensive way. Creative opening to catch the attention readers. Now, first of all, how you are going to start your essay? You are going to start your essay with either a quote or a saying or anecdotes, which are jokes, or some interesting facts and figures about your topic. Then comes your background information regarding the essay title or topic, thesis statement or theory. Then comes the body of your essay. As you know that the body of an essay, it can consist of 1 paragraph or more, depending upon the details you want to provide. It should start with the topic sentence, which should state the main idea of the paragraph, and it should relate to the previous one in the previous paragraph. Then supporting details to defend the topic being discussed. You can give the supporting details which can include facts, examples, or expert opinions about a specific subject, which is the title. Then comes the conclusion. You are again going to restate the thesis statement or the theory that you have put forward in the previous paragraphs. Then you are going to summarize your main points. And at the end, you are going to relate your conclusion to the opening of your essay. If you have opened your essay with a quote or with a saying, then you should also end your essay with a quote or saying. Now, in a nutshell, I have given you the picture, what you are going to go through while writing an essay. Introduction, again, hook means that it's going to be an interesting one for the reader. Anecdote, which means jokes or funny things. Thesis statement, the theory. Then comes the body of the essay. It can be one paragraph or more than one, going to 3 or more depending upon the word limit or depending upon the details you want to provide. Then at the end, conclusion. But before that, in the body, you are going to do the same topic sentence. You are going to give quotes, facts, and the supporting evidence in the paragraphs. Then at the end, conclusion, you are going to restate your thesis points or thesis statement, and then you are going to summarize your points. I hope by going through all these details or by listening to all these details, you have understood how to write an excellent essay. And then comes dialogue writing. For dialogue writing, you have to follow these steps. First of all, you are going to write a background, which should be in the beginning in the form of a paragraph. It can also be called as an introduction to the dialogue, and it should be in a continuous form. The writing should be in continuous form. Then each speaker should get a new sentence or a paragraph. Now, if there are two subjects in the dialogue, subject 1 or subject 2, then each speaker should get a new sentence or a new paragraph of its own. Then punctuation marks should be kept in view. For example, exclamation marks after a feeling or an emotion, and question mark after every question should be kept in mind. Then concluding dialogue should be clear. For example, you have to conclude the dialogue in a form that the reader should know that now the dialogue has ended. It should be in a sentence like, I will see you tomorrow, take care. And at the end, actions that occur after the dialogue should go in a separate sentence or paragraph. It can be optional, as if you want to conclude your dialogue after your dialogues, you want to conclude it in a form of a paragraph, that what happened afterwards you can add to it. Now, by listening to all these, you must have understood dialogue writing. Now comes your assignment part. For assignment, you are going to do exercise A, page number 19, you are going to make sentences using appropriate models. Then exercise D, page 20, you are going to write an essay on any one of your national heroes. It can be our Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, it can be Lama Iqbal, or it can be any other national hero of Pakistan. The word limit given over here is 170 to 200 words. Then the last part of your assignment, exercise E, page number 20, you are going to write a dialogue between a political activist and a teenager on the importance of patriotism. Now there will be a political person and a teenager, and that political person is going to make that teenager understand the importance of patriotism in the form of a dialogue. So I hope from this video you have understood modal verbs, how to write an essay and how to write a good dialogue. Thank you.